Ace Podcast.
This is episode 66 of the Super Co-op Squad video game podcast. On this episode, we'll discuss the Nintendo Labo. What is it? Mere cardboard box or something more? We'll also discuss our opinions on rumors versus leaks. Are they good for the industry? Are they bad? Do we come to expect them? And our last piece, is it worth buying games on day one? We'll also have our name the game, fan favorites, and gamer trivia to add a little splash of fun. Heidi ho, neighbors. Welcome back to Super Co-op Squad episode number 66.
Heidi ho, Dr. Nick.
I think that was actually
Yeah, I know.
Tool Time reference I was doing there.
Oh. No, well, the quote isn't Heidi ho, everybody. It's hello, everybody.
Oh, okay, I know what you're doing there.
I was just mixing it up.
Got it.
So you
got
keep
it.
you on your toes.
But you didn't do it with the accent, so I didn't know what you were doing.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But yeah, we are the Super Co-op Squad, guys. I am your host, Johnny Mac, with my two co-hosts, Garrett Laney.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. You
Most
got
of the
like 90% success rate. And Joshua Gerard. And there's a little bit of what's his name?
Tim Allen.
Was that Tim Allen?
That's what I was trying to go for. I was trying to do it.
I thought that was Jabba the Hutt.
I was leaning towards like some sort of Nintendo sound bit from some villain.
I thought he was doing Jabba. Like,
My voice is still kind
and
of.
then Tim the Two Man was like, ho, 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 ho. Like
Mine
he
was
does
a
that
lot.
stuff.
No, he did that. Like,
Yeah. he's a man who's made a career off a lot of noises.
dad noises.
Right? Every week, guys, we talk about games, movies, comics, everything nerdy. We have a lot of fun chatting about those things, some other things, just generally having a good time, and we invite you to hang out with us as we discuss everything gaming related from the last week. Before we hop into this, guys, this is your spoiler warning. Terrible spoiler warning.
Why do you sound so sad about it?
Well, I mean, I hate to spoil anything, so there's that. But also because I was not prepared for a spoiler, so I'm a little sad I have to do this because I wasn't ready for one. Terrible spoiler of the week here. Staring me right in the face. In Death Note, both L and Light die. Both of them.
Damn, bro.
That's it. It's been out for a long time.
It has, but that's the surprise of it.
It's relevant again this year.
It's not. No, the
year.
The movie's not even close to the same.
It is not, but
but
still.
it brings Death Note like to the forefront. Like, hey, the movie's bad, so go watch Death Note, the real thing.
I think that's a valid spoiler, and I'm sorry.
It's a spoiler nonetheless.
Yes, and I did give you a terrible spoiler beforehand, so you did know it was coming. But either way, yeah, I'm sorry if that one stung a little bit. It's been like 10 years, though. I think that we can all agree it's been enough time if you'd wanted to watch it.
I don't know. We had an episode about that. That was like 20 years.
We did not. No one said 20. No one said 20.
Here, you said one day.
You said one. You said like 3 months, bro.
Yeah.
You were the shortest of all of us. So for the real spoilers, guys, make sure you go to scspodcast.com. You can click our show notes there. You can read everything we're going to talk about, timestamps, pretty pictures, all that good stuff, guys. You can also just click the link that's going to be in the details and summary wherever you are listening to this episode, and that way you'll know what's going on in each episode. All right, let's get into this. We wasted a lot of time having some fun. A lot of funsies there. So first thing up, the Nintendo Labo. Okay. And I did appreciate your joke. Listeners, I want to make sure you hear this in parentheses. Joshua created this particular segment and he wrote, Nintendo Labo. Is Nintendo thinking outside and inside the box?
You got that from me, bro.
I haven't talked to you about the Labo at all.
I posted it in the squad Facebook.
Well, if you did, it's just a coincidence because I haven't looked.
We collabed. We collaboed on it.
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
God.
No.
It's a little stretch, but it was interesting.
This is going to be a
fantastic
episode.
I see. What is up with this? Wow.
So, you remember, I think it was a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, we made fun of Nintendo. We were talking, remember when for the Wii, they came out with all those garbage accessories? They found a way to do it cheaper.
Yeah, so essentially, what this is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is a kit that you can purchase from Nintendo. It essentially allows for you to hook this cardboard kit up to the Nintendo Switch console / controller and utilize it in different ways to play different games or to be creative by building certain things with the cardboard. And I guess it's designed pretty much for a younger audience, but essentially just think of like different cardboard pieces that have some sort of connections in the cardboard that will then hook up to the Switch console when it's in, the handheld mode. and you can then utilize it. That's what this thing is.
For the most part, it's actually somewhat the opposite. So you actually build these items and it doesn't connect to the Switch. You actually put the Switch on it, or you put the Joy-Cons in the cardboard and it'll react differently. So for example, the piano is set where it has these reflector strips, and you put the Joy-Con on the left-hand side, and because of the, not the AR, the infrared, it registers the strips as you press the piano keys, and that registers in the game. So it's more you connect the accessories to the cardboard, not the other way around.
Okay, fair enough.
But very, very similar though.
Cool. They're selling this cardboard.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I actually like this. Not for me, but I like the idea that Nintendo is not only being innovative, but they're doing something different. They're reaching a different type of audience. And when I look at what kids like to do, they like to play toys and they like to build stuff. They like to put stuff together. And if you mix that culture with video games, you have a completely different dynamic that I think kids will really enjoy this. I mean, if you watch the trailer, they got a motorcycle, they got this little RC car, they got a house you can put together, you got a piano, you got this giant like Gundam mech robot backpack thing. They got a lot of different stuff that they're utilizing, and this could branch out to a lot of different other things. So I actually like where Nintendo is going as far as the creative standpoint.
They're selling us cardboard though.
They're selling you the game that has cardboard kits
For $69.99.
Well, how much is a game?
I mean,
50 or 60 bucks, and then let's say the cardboard is 20 bucks. What other build it kit costs, 40, 50, 60? I mean, usually they're 10 to 20 bucks.
I suppose it is fair to say that yes, you are buying the game. So that's fair. But I'm not really a fan of this being a cardboard accessory so much, I suppose, is my problem.
I can understand that, but what else would they use? Like metal accessories?
Anything but cardboard.
It's cheap.
Yeah, that is true.
It's not like cheap. Like we don't know what the material is going to be, but it's cheap to probably manufacture, and it's easy to put together. And it is the put together part. I mean, I don't see anyone complaining that that when you build a bear for $40, nobody complains about you building a bear.
Actually, I think both Garrett and I have complained about the fact that those bears are so expensive. I think that has actually happened, and yet still, it is not cardboard, which is one of the flimsiest things that you can have with children. That's all I'm saying.
It is a good way for Nintendo to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
One thing I did kind of notice about it's a small thing, but they highlight it in their little. It's not even a direct commercial direct
trailer.
That you can be creative with it. Yeah, you follow the instructions to make the whatever model it is you're trying to make, but after that you can color it, or even before then you can color it. So it's a small thing, but I like how you can kind of design it how you want and make yours separate and really kind of be creative with it.
Yeah, it is very creative. I can't lie about that. Nintendo, they must have a vault of ideas, or maybe a fishbowl that just kind of put their hand in and, all right, we're making cardboard accessories this year. Yay!
I don't know, man. The Wii U didn't do that great. I pulled it. I pulled the idea.
You know the rules, all right?
I got the biggest straw. It was my turn.
This is definitely interesting. I think that some parents will definitely, kind of lean towards this, especially with the creativity side of building things a la Legos. And it's a cool idea in process. I don't know and if you actually put it into work, will it work? But will kids really want this? Will the kids that have a Switch want to use this?
I think so. I think kids will want to use this. They may look a lot of fun too for what you're doing with it. The motorcycle one's pretty cool. The little RC car, which by the way, is the first time that we see the Switch using touch controls on the screen.
Advertisement, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I can't think of any games that use it right now.
There's a very select few. They're mostly indie games.
So showing that off, and you get the motorcycle, so that's kind of cool. Pretend you're Akira,
right?
Kanade.
So I was listening to a podcast, and there was a couple different ideas that bounced around. They said that Nintendo could do like their own IPs. Like if you got a little mini race car, you can turn that into like a Mario Kart. One idea that I really like, they said you can have like a mini cardboard arcade cabinet and have it like themed as the original Mario Brothers, and then you put the Switch in like where the screen would be, and that would be like an arcade cabinet because that's how Mario Brothers came out. So you can come up with these ideas to use for DLC content or just DLC cardboard, so to speak. Just have different kits come out, sell them for $5 and
downloadable cardboard.
I like that one. See, I
felt bad with that one.
I like that one though. It's unique.
You should. No, it was fine.
There's a lot of stuff that they can do with it. I want to see, to your point, Johnny, it might be practical, but is it, practical in application? Is it something that kids are going to want to use and continue to use or they just want to build a house and then just like kick it around.
Yeah, my gut says no. This will be fine. It'll do okay. I don't think it's going to be like the idea that just makes it fun this year, just blows things away or goes astronomically high. I just don't think it'll be that. The two things that I see here, you made a point, Joshua, that they will sell kits. They will not sell them for $5. Guarantee that. It'll be $15-$20. If this is idea that takes off, these kits will be a little bit of money. Think about Legos. Legos are one of the cheapest things that you could possibly make. And yet they got them things skyrocketed high.
I agree with that. I think a lot of this stuff will be themed. And if you just throw like a Mario theme or a Zelda theme or different type of themed kits, I think that'll just grab a little bit of attention. I don't think there's going to be a lot of advertising for this on like TV and stuff. I think it'll just be kind of word of mouth, or you'll have like the kit bundle. It'll come in a fancy little like toolbox, and then that will sell. And then if you already have it, then you're like, okay, I need to buy more cardboard because my kid like ate it, or my dog, my cat ripped it up. That it was a little potty pool pin or something. I don't know.
And second point, this is going to be rife with third-party makers. Third-party people are going to have a field day with this.
How so?
Well, I mean, if it's just cardboard, with reflective strips, right? So if that's essentially what it is to connect and make these, then now everybody, the newly, brought back Mad Cats and all these companies can make kits very similar with a few small differences in design. Think about all the battery packs that we had for Xbox 360 and still have for Xbox One. I think that's where this is going to go.
It could, but it depends on if Nintendo's going to allow third parties to also have software to back it up.
They don't need to. I mean, just with this one game, people can make different pianos and, ones that are larger or smaller or have a different look or
pre-made.
Pre-made or hold the Switch up in different ways. Like, maybe they can make it something where you can use it while you're on the go walking. Like a lot of different things. And I am sure that with this technology, they will have more than one game. If this even makes them a little bit of money, they'll continue with it, much like they did with Wii Sports. They made like 4 of those games. So
yeah, okay. I do see that. Quick side note before we forget, the robot pack is not part of the variety kit.
There's already one pack right there.
Yeah, it's 2 different ones. But from what I'm told, from my buddy Daniel, that's 2 different software packs.
So that's 2 games right there. That's already 2 discs.
Well, cartridges. Well, yeah.
Or
DLC or however they're going to do it.
I mean, if you're going to be buying the robot pack, I doubt they're going to make the robot pack not include like the cartridge.
It will.
Well, it could have like
the variety cartridge, or
will the robot backpack and that content, does that come on the variety pack cartridge?
I'm told no. I'm told they're 2 separate different things.
The robot pack is $80 and it's its own thing. It's its own game.
So I mean, there's 2 games right there. We already know there's 2 games. There's not one already. So we already know they're in this for the long haul. They're trying to make a few games on this. They're releasing with 2.
Yeah, we'll see how it sells and see if they'll continue making more.
Yep. I mean, we'll see. Do we like this?
Well, you already heard my answer. Yeah. Nintendo's like, we don't want VR. What else can we do? Cardboard kits.
Ever innovative.
So yes?
Do I like it?
Yeah, you like it? Was that a yes?
It wasn't an admission.
So yes, you do like it? Give the listeners an answer.
I'm not buying it.
Okay.
Is it good for kids? Probably.
Yeah. So like if someone said thumbs up or thumbs down on this, do you give it your thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Oh, okay. I suppose if you make it that simple.
Yeah, give me an answer.
Yeah, okay. I'll give it a
you
can't do a gladiator.
I'm doing the gladiator.
No one likes that, dude. Just give us an answer.
No.
Okay. I say actually yes, but it's not for me. I won't buy one. I don't care. I literally could not care less about this at this moment until you gave me something to care about.
Would you buy it for your son if
No.
he was old enough to be interested?
No, I would buy him probably Legos and spend a crap ton of money, the lower middle class like myself spend on Legos and call it a day.
You buy the Legos for you. Come on.
I used to, not anymore. Yeah, I didn't keep with Legos. Yeah, this is an interesting idea. We'll see if it comes to fruition. I do think it'll make some money, and they will continue doing this for a while. My final thought, and then if you guys have some final thoughts, of course, go ahead. But my final thought on this is a kind of funny one. Then, Microsoft and Sony, $155 million last year in AR and VR, like applied sciences and learning and development. Nintendo, $2 million, bought some cardboard from Public Storage. Like they just kind of always find a way to take the low tech route and yet make the most money.
Make it work. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's what we have on the Nintendo Labo. What do you think? What do you like about it? Do you like it? Give us your thoughts. Give us your opinions. We'd love to hear them. Reach out to us by email, contact@scspodcast.net, or you can reach us on Twitter @Super Co-op Squad. All right, guys. It is time for fan favorites. So every week we pick 5 rapid fire questions and each host answers to see where we stand opposed and united in fandom. So play along. Find out just what are your fan favorites. And make sure you do that. You can click on the link that's going to be the very first thing in that summary in the details and description where you're listening to this podcast. Click that link. Boom. It'll take you right to that poll. Take that 5-question poll. Just click, and you're done. We'll have your vote entered for next week. So you'll see it right there. So take episode 67 poll here. Click there. And we got your vote locked in. So we know where you stand as well. All right. So it was my week. And I think I had some fun with this. Why is this not working? Let me just use it here.
It's questionable. Questionable whether or not you had fun.
It was a little questionable. It was one of those weeks where I didn't have like a hard line decision right away. So it took me a little bit. But I came up with it as soon as this begins to work anyway.
Have you tried?
All right. So this week we have you're a vagabond warrior walking the earth looking for a battle.
The earth?
The earth. Wide earth. And, you need to find a competition. You need to find a way to test your might to see how you stack up against every other fighter. You got to choose a tournament. You don't know which tournament to go to. You got to choose an arena. So this is Ready, Fight.
All right.
Fan Favorites Edition.
Like it.
All right.
So the one we want to fight in?
Choose the one that you want to compete in, that you want to fight in. Here we go. Mortal Kombat or Dragon Ball Z?
Mortal Kombat.
I heard that we are ourselves, so I would rather be the Mortal Kombat.
You are just you, yeah.
Yep, no super.
Mortal Kombat. Nothing. Mortal Kombat for me. Street Fighter or Tekken?
Street Fighter.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. Marvel vs. Capcom or Killer Instinct?
Not my turn.
Killer Instinct.
Marvel versus Capcom.
Marvel vs. Capcom. King of Fighters or Dead or Alive?
King of Fighters.
King of Fighters.
Dead or Alive. Samurai Showdown or Soul Calibur?
Soul Calibur.
Yeah, Garrett's on that waifu train. Samurai Showdown.
Samurai Showdown. All right, let's break these down. Mortal Kombat or DBZ? I think we all had the understanding that we will probably die with Mortal Kombat, but there's an outside chance. There's an outside chance I could maybe survive. That's not a possibility in Dragon Ball Z.
I have a better chance of killing a somewhat mortal, barring Scorpion, Sub-Zero, whatever the hell they are.
Right.
Than fighting Goku, Frieza. Hell, Chaozu could kick my ass.
Right, yeah.
Even maybe Hercule.
Pan could wreck you. 8-year-old girl. Also, just for the Mortal Kombat nerds, Sub-Zero is a human.
Human?
Yeah. All right. Well, there's 2 Sub-Zeros. One of them is, one of them isn't. So there we go. I just didn't want anyone saying, no, they don't know what they're talking about. We know it. We know. We all have different fandoms. All right. So, I think we were all in accord, except the listeners weren't, but we still won aliside them. 72% chose to test their might in Mortal Kombat versus getting to power level 9,000 in Dragon Ball Z, 72% to 27%.
Power level negative 9,000.
Street Fighter or Tekken?
Tekken.
I ain't mess with no Double Jin.
I mean, that's later, but Tekken, they all know how to fight.
Oh, I'm sorry. What version of Tekken are we competing in? I didn't know there was a timetable here.
Sorry.
Are we later in Tekken or beginning Tekken?
Jin and Kazuya are pretty afflicted with the devil even in the first game.
You heard Johnny. We all have fandoms.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to deal with those guys. And I just think about some of the moves I see them do in Tekken. They're going to break me in half, man.
They are all fighters.
Before you even touch the ground again.
Yeah.
They knock you up, just jug you,
smack you against the wall, and then they knock you off the arena into the next one.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. And, I'm going to lose in Street Fighter, but there's the outside chance that first matchup I get paired with Dan. That could actually happen.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, that's probably the only person I could beat. So 81% of listeners chose Street Fighter, and 18% decided to die horribly in Tekken. You 18. This is a first. I made
On the bright side, though, do you think if you're playing Street Fighter, you can only go forward and back? Where if you're in the Tekken tournament, you're allowed free movement?
You know what? I thought about that because in my Samurai Showdown pick. So yeah, you know what? I might have a better chance. Being that, I'm a 3D person and they are not. So maybe I have the ability to move across the dimension a little bit.
No, you got to follow the same laws.
All right. right. It may still help me out though. Who knows? I can just turtle up and block down. And all right. So next we had Marvel vs. Capcom or Killer Instinct.
So sorry.
I don't know how that happened, but yeah. So somehow I must have left some of you guys are jerks out there. I accidentally clicked another option. And I didn't put anything, so it just says option 3. And a few wise gals clicked option 3 on purpose just so I would see an extra option show up in the pie chart.
Maybe they just didn't want either, and they're like, whatever the other one is,
maybe.
I pick other.
Yeah, they didn't want to fight in either one of those. So like, I'll take option 3. I'll take door number 3.
I'll just die. I'll just take death.
So did you get your Pac-Man in this one?
I kind of did. He's got a weird, he's got a tongue.
He's eating 2 ghosts with a wide mouth.
Or he has a tongue. So 72%. Well, let's go into this first. So I think we all chose Marvel vs. Capcom, right?
I'm the only one that chose Killer Instinct. And thinking back, I probably should have changed it. Not only because I will die by them, but in Marvel vs. Capcom, you guys have 2 other people to help you out. So one of them tags you in. You just no. You do it.
Or I can get my assist. Like, come on, Colossus.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Tag them out. So 72% chose MVC. 18% chose Killer Instinct, and again, you wise gals out there, 9.1% just chose option 3 because they could. So thank you for highlighting my error, guys.
You know what I see Garrett doing as his partner? Like, Garrett is outside the ring. His partner's fighting, like, come on, tag out. Garrett's like, I ain't got no hands. How are you going to tag out?
You got it, Spider. You can do it. You can do Ultimate Spider.
I believe in you.
Figure it out.
Maximum Spider.
King, right? That's kind of his ultimate fight. All right. King of Fighters or Dead or Alive?
Yeah, I'd rather be in a tournament where it's not like straight up like you could die. And at the same time, I don't want to get knocked off the stage and then roll down a bunch of steps into a bunch of like baboons to get knocked off another bridge.
True. I don't want to have the stage transition, but like more than half the DOA roster is ladies. I might be able to maybe just overpower one of them. Maybe.
You're gonna suffocate.
I mean, they definitely have the martial skills to kick the crap out of me easily. That's not even a joke. But I'm still a man with man strength, so maybe I can get one punch that just connects the right way, and I just knock her out. Maybe that's my only out. I mean, it's a slim chance, Garrett. I see you shaking your head. But if you look at it compared to me fighting the King of Fighters group,
they got one in there too.
Not as many as Dead or Alive.
They have projectiles though. King of Fighters. I don't know if they have projectiles in Dead or Alive. But
not really.
Nope.
It's like Tekken where they are projectiles, but yeah. So that's my thought.
Okay. I just want to be where Maya is.
Too busy. You're getting too busy staring. You're not even going to be able to fight.
That's fine. I'll go that way.
So 54% of listeners chose Dead or Alive, and 45% chose King of Fighters. Although I'm pretty sure most of that 54% didn't choose it for any fighting techniques or ways to win. We get that. Yeah, we get that. All right. Last one, Samurai Showdown or Soul Calibur?
Yeah, I didn't think about it for Dead or Alive, but as soon as Soul Calibur came up, I look at Gary, got an eyebrow lifted up on one side.
Because I was thinking about it, and I'm not thinking waifu exactly, but like, what's the worst that Soul Calibur has? Nightmare, that's pretty bad. Lizard Man, he could he'd kill me.
Well, Ivy probably would kill you.
Yeah.
Dagger and
she
thorn
would.
whip. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. There's only one game. There's only 2 games in here where you could potentially fight the same people. Tekken and Soul Calibur. They cross over quite a bit. So,
do they?
Yeah. Yoshimitsu and Heihachi are both in both games.
Yeah. Well, and the different variants. Yes.
Yes, but we're talking about just in the mind share of Soul Calibur, all these games.
Soul Tekken.
Yeah. Tekken Calibur. All right. So, Samurai Showdown took an epic loss. 72%. Win for them compared to the 27% that chose Samurai Showdown.
I'm just hoping they drop their weapon and I can now pick it up and try to use it.
I don't think that happens in Soul Calibur.
No, I'm talking about Samurai Showdown.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people really know Samurai Showdown that much. I don't think it was that big.
It's old. It's a classic.
It's a classic SNK fighter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, that is our breakdown, our take on the fan favorites for this week. Make sure you take next week's poll. Episode 67. It'll be on the top of the summary wherever you're listening to this at. And it's like 8 seconds. So knock that out, guys.
Sneak peek. Good luck.
Ooh, so Garrett's giving us a peek at this. Interesting. All right. So hopefully you got that. Other than that, guys, let's keep pushing. So rumors versus leaks. We'll discuss both. We'll see which one kind of we have our best take on. But what is the difference, first of all, between a rumor and a leak?
Rumor is more spectacle, kind of, hearing hints and whispers around the internet.
It's a what if scenario.
Yeah, for the most part, I'd say it has a little more credence than what if, just because rumors start from somewhere where it's not just, oh, what if this happened? It's kind of like
mostly
I
Reddit.
heard this. Yeah, Reddit, right. Leaks, a little different because, well, it's usually from somewhere that's either someone in the company, from the company itself, somehow, I don't know, data mining.
Yeah, some confirmed source.
Exactly, finding out what's to come.
Yeah, or usually with the leak now, it's something that is actually like shown. Like this is something that's tangible that you can see or has some type of information that is out there for the world to see.
Yeah, I mean, a leak is usually confirmed screenshots or, like you said, data mining. Like it's something that there is concrete evidence behind.
Or someone at GameStop opened up a box they shouldn't have too early, and then you see a poster with a release date.
Mm-hmm. So, this has been, part of our industry, this gaming industry, for a long time. Things getting, announced early, people talking about it online, toy stores, putting up some sort of merchandise early, like Joshua was saying, or just Toys R Us or some other company putting something on their website, and then a screenshot's taken. And it affects, information and when it's supposed to be given out. A lot of these companies spend millions, hundreds of millions sometimes on their marketing in a year for their various products. Does it throw huge wrenches in it for them? And does it maybe have some sort of negative or positive effect on their games?
Okay, I'll go first. Garrett's got a mouthful. I think it can be both. I think rumors tend to not go in the developer favor, but I think leaks can, because it can bring excitement when something is confirmed, especially when it's like early, but then, you have the social media verse that gets to talk about it before you're supposed to talk about it. So I think leaks have a tendency to have more conversation, and rumors are usually they're there, but half the time they're either debunked or just the conversation falls off because there's nothing concrete to really hold it standing.
Let's see. For me, I don't think I think rumors help more than they hurt, only because, say, a long dead franchise, Mega Man. No, not anymore. But people can, speculate and rumor and kind of bring it back to the forefront so people can start talking about it, have that kind of conversation. And then the companies can kind of gauge that kind of interest and see if it's something they want to bring back. Leaks, I think ultimately they kind of do the same thing, but I feel they hurt a little more because just from the presentation point of view, being the company wanting to surprise people, wanting to really set something up and have a grand announcement, and that just gets swept under your feet because some guy took a picture of his, office computer and, spread it.
Yeah. I'm mostly aligned with that. So yeah, I think, rumors do really help. Honestly, it's like free polling of the internet culture and what they think about this rumor. So, for instance, there's a rumor that just popped up that Kingdom Hearts 3 might have,
Monsters Inc.
No, The World Ends With You as part of it because that's owned by Square Enix. So people are buzzing online about it. So now Square Enix has a very real understanding just on the general mind share of comments and people's opinions about this, if they should make a new World Ends With You game, or maybe if they haven't put that in KH3 to put it in. And it gets people talking in a way where it's a little bit more true, I think, to their actual opinions that have nothing to do with Square Enix itself or people's existing opinions of that company. So I think that's a really good thing for those companies. And like you said, Gary, I think it helps. Yeah. For leaks, there's two types of leaks. There's real leaks, and then there's the leaks that are, purposely, the spigot is purposely turned a little bit from the company so that information is given out for the same reason. So, a lot of times I think companies will let something leak so that information seems to come from an outside source to get people talking. So, I mean, if you think about it, let's just use an example. If a video is posted, just to keep using Square Enix, from Square Enix about KH3, Kingdom Hearts 3, sure, people will go watch it, right? Yeah. They will. But if it's a pretty good looking video of the same thing and it was leaked online by someone who found it somewhere, it's going to get a lot more views. So it might have the same outcome, but the same purpose, but a bigger, better outcome. I think that's good for them. And I think they do it on purpose. I think it does happen more often than we think it does. The other side, though, is that crappy leak where they did not expect it. They did not know. You know, I look at like those times where Sony had like press conferences at E3 and like their whole presentation of trailers dropped the night before. So they had no choice but to just release them on their site a couple hours before their press release.
Yeah. And they even have to go like, okay, guys, pretend you didn't see this.
Yeah.
Like, come on, that sucks.
Yeah. That's the worst kind because I think we as viewers, we see all the leaks and then the next day is like, oh, they had to drop it. Now I think you had the fun in the beginning, but then now you're going home essentially.
It's like, oh, I've already seen this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Their marketing balloon was deflated a couple hours before the immense hype of everything would have culminated in a huge like internet, just buzz about it versus the leak happening now. The next day they had nothing else to talk about. So they have to talk about this again.
Yeah. That one sucks.
But because that has happened for so long, now it's created a culture that developers now, they release trailers before like E3. Like they drop stuff and like last year, we had quite a bit of information drop a week and a half before E3. And it's just like, okay, now we're finding out about these games and, this game's coming out, this game's coming out. Like we found out more concrete evidence that, Evil Within 2 is more likely confirmed and Resident Evil 7's getting DLC. And then Bethesda, drops here's the full trailer. Like, it's not the same as it used to be anymore because now they're just like, I feel like we have to leak this stuff or not leak, send this stuff out because it's going to get leaked.
I 100% disagree. I don't think that most of these companies in any way, shape or form are changing their structure of how they're sending out content, trailers and marketing for the fear of leaks. I think what's happening, they're getting better at maintaining the leaks. Now it's very easy on someone's workstation to have a watermark on your actual computer. So if something gets leaked and they see the picture online or the video, they know exactly who that came from.
That's hella smart.
Yeah, they're doing more and more things like that. Or more and more companies are using the screens. Yeah, some.
So I was just thinking like maybe if you hate, George, you're tired of working with him, just snap a pic, upload it. Did you see? Did you see, boss? George leaked it.
Look what George posted on my Twitter.
That's so bad.
George, you're fired.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then more and more companies are using the hospital private screens. So you cannot see a screen walking by very easily unless you are sitting directly in front of it. It's just kind of like, it's like a weird thing. I'm not sure if you've been to the doctors much.
Not lately.
Well, if you go to a doctor's office or dentist's office.
It's essentially a tent.
It's a privacy screen, yeah. So you can't see looking at it. It's a tent. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Unless you're within a certain distance.
Yeah.
You have to be almost sitting right in front of it or looking. It's a little plastic that goes right over your screen.
Okay.
So more places are using these things. I think they're just going to get better at security. Personally.
Yeah, I think that's good. I'm not sure how I feel. I don't think companies do leaks on purpose.
No.
At least not to like the extent that you think that happens more than it doesn't. I just don't see companies wanting to do that. I think they want to have a grand kind of thing with it and not just kind of peter it out and hope that people are interested in it.
Okay, I can agree with that. Maybe not on big things. I can definitely agree with that. But on small things, like, a leaked picture. I'm just going to keep up with this Cave 3 thing because I want this game and there's been news about it. A leaked picture of a possible Monsters Inc. world. They could care less about if someone really knew because it's one little screenshot. So now there's buzz. Was it real? Is it not? What is this? Is it fan art? I don't know. Now when the trailer drops, people are going to be like, okay, let's see if there's Monsters Inc. stuff. Let's see. And then, oh God, there is, like I can see them doing small things like that.
Okay.
Personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, that's what we got, guys, on rumors versus leaks. Give us your opinions. Let us know if you think it's a good thing. Is it a bad thing? If you work in the industry, we've got a few fans, or we have a few listeners I know that work in the industry. Let us know. Does this stuff kind of happen or not? We'd be interested to know. We'd be interested to know. Contact at scspodcast.net is where you can go to do that. All right, gamer trivia time. So every week, 2 of us go head to head in a best of 3 trivia contest. The winner, they play again next week with the adoration of thousands.
Thousands?
That's it. Yeah, thousands. And Garrett sent me an audio message. Don't know why. The loser sends audio messages, apparently. Hate messages.
Well, Garrett wasn't the loser.
I know. I just mixed in what was going on for flavor, okay? All right. Let's get into this thing.
I feel like it's going to be I did Land Before Time and here comes Fern Gully trivia or something.
Don't look at my computer.
Oh, now you're worried
I
about
could
me
do
looking?
that.
Now you're worried about me looking again?
No, I see. I only said that because I know how much last time you're like, I don't want to look. I can't even look at you, Johnny. I can't even look at your beautiful face. All right.
I remember you said that.
I did not.
I remember.
We have this on recording.
That's bull. That's bull jive.
All right. This is just going to be random Kirby trivia. Random pink fur. Now, does he have, what is he? Is he like leathery? Is he skin? Is that just skin
He's
all over his body?
He's probably like clay.
Have you seen him without his shoes on?
No.
I've seen that meme.
Okay, moving on.
I don't think that happens in the game.
I'll have to look for this.
No, it doesn't.
All right. Question 1. What was Kirby named after? Is it A, a cartoonist, B, a city, C, a lawyer, or D, a vacuum cleaner? I have Joshua's answer. I have Garrett's answer. Garrett, you chose A, a cartoonist. Joshua,
Sorry.
you chose C, a lawyer. The correct answer is C, a lawyer.
I would have liked him to be named after a cartoonist.
So
I thought vacuum cleaner was too on the nose.
that is
There is a Kirby vacuum cleaner, isn't there?
that's correct. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, that is 2 on the nose though. That's correct for you, Joshua, and that is incorrect for you, Garrett. So that is 1-0 for Joshua. So so in the 80s, Universal ended up suing Nintendo because they felt that Donkey Kong was a ripoff of King Kong. They lost that. Universal lost big time. Mm-hmm. And the lawyer that defended Nintendo, his name was John Kirby. And in honor of this man saving them, essentially not having the Donkey Kong franchise, they named Kirby after him. That's pretty cool, right? To know that. I mean, if I was that lawyer, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, whenever you new Kirby game comes out, like, that's for me.
That's me, yeah. Like they love me that much.
That is my baby just as much as theirs.
Yep. All right.
It's not like Garrett when you say everybody's named after you in those cartoons or
No, just they all look like me.
no. Well,
Does Kirby look like you?
Nah. He
I
doesn't
think
have a shaved head.
I think that's probably the one that's closest to looking like you. Question 2. Who created Kirby? Is it A, Masahiro Sakurai? Is it B, Satoru Iwata? Is it C, Shigeru Miyamoto? Or is it D, Taiko Kawada? Who created Kirby? I have Garrett's answer.
I don't remember. It's 50-50.
I have Joshua's answer. Garrett,
I
you
guess
chose
that
A.
was me. Man, that makes me feel like I got it wrong.
You won last week. That's why. You need to take the tension.
Fine.
Joshua, you also chose A.
Good job.
The correct answer is A, Masahiro Sakurai.
What was your other pick there?
I'm not going to say.
Oh, okay.
Because it might be in other segments of the trivia.
Because I don't want to help you.
Why you give me attitude?
Oh.
You don't want to tell me what the other answer was?
Top secret.
Yeah, so that's correct for both of you gentlemen. The score is 2-1. All right. Which of these Kirby games cannot be played on an original Game Boy? A, Kirby Tilt and Tumble. B, Kirby's Block Ball. C, Kirby's Pinball Land. Or D, Kirby's Star Stacker. Which of these can't be played on an original Game Boy?
Sorry, Garrett. Random indeed.
I don't know, man. I didn't play any Kirby games on the Game Boy.
I knew the answer, but I had to wait for the other questions.
Whatever.
Garrett, you chose D, Kirby. You're such a jerk, Joshua. Kirby's Star Stacker. So mean doing that to him.
I don't know, man. Is it Tilt and Tumble?
Joshua,
Maybe.
you chose A, Kirby's Tilt and Tumble.
Sorry, Garrett.
Yeah, whatever.
The correct answer is A,
Tension, man. You gotta build
Kirby
the
Tilt
tension.
and Tumble. You're so mean though, dude. Like, why you gotta be all like mean like that? All right.
No one else does that.
That was really mean, man. That was incorrect for you, Garrett.
I just want to win today.
I'm sorry that you got to get this buzzer that's taking a impossibly long time to pop up.
I will refrain.
There it is. You got that wrong.
I'll refrain from being. I'm sorry.
I don't know if that's within your power.
Wow.
It's like one of those superpowers you can't turn off. Kind of like Cyclops in his like eye blast. He just has to wear like goggles. You just have to like put something over your mouth or something. I don't know.
I have to wear a goggle guard over my mouth.
Pretty much. All right. And that is correct for you, Joshua. There's your ding ding, sir.
Oh, well, I was going to give a fun fact, but
You can't give a fun fact to someone else's trivia.
Well, it's not really a fun fact. It was just a fact.
All right. The salty sudden.
You gonna go for the
I
perfect score?
forgot we're doing 3 now.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the next question?
If there are 2 more questions, I might be able to catch up, but that's not how we do things anymore.
Nope.
You can go for that perfect score?
I have Garrett's
I might.
vote. So if you don't know, Salty Sudden, you bet however many points that you have available. You get this question right, which is not multiple choice, but straight up Jeopardy style. You gotta know the answer. You gain that many points. If you get it wrong, you lose that many points.
That's totally
all right, have Joshua's bet.
Didn't matter. No.
The Salty Sudden question. What was the first multiplayer Kirby game? I have Garrett's answer.
Don't time me.
Just ready to move on to the next segment.
I have Joshua's answer. Both of you were close, but you're both wrong. Garrett, you chose Kirby's Superstar. Joshua, you chose Kirby's Avalanche. The correct answer is Kirby's Dream Course, which released on the Super Famicom in 1994.
I haven't played any of those games except Superstar.
So that is incorrect for both of you, not for the points. Garrett, you bet 1 point. You lost 1 point. Scores at 0. Joshua.
You bet 0.
You bet 0 points. You lost 0 points. You still have 2 points. So that is a win for Joshua. Win in the Joshua column.
Yay!
So,
I need a lot more of these to catch up to you guys.
I think I'm decidedly in third place. Pretty sure on that. But congrats.
I might be.
I'm pretty sure.
You might be?
Shut up.
Wow.
Shut up and get out.
The guy that was on a 6-man train wreck.
Get out of here. All right. Well, congrats to you, Joshua. He had to throw that in, I think, because you pretty much you ripped him down, dude. Every answer he made, yeah. Oh, that sucks for you, Garrett.
It's whatever. It's
okay. We all know Garrett's the trivia king right now.
Get him next week, Garrett. Get him next
I'll
week,
have to
man.
Think of something.
Yeah, think of something.
You know when he
good for
hurts
him.
me, he hurts you, right?
No. He can hurt you without hurting me. Trust me,
This
very
is
easily.
true.
But as a matter of fact, most of the problem with trivia is that I can't use things because I know he's gonna annihilate you. Because I know that he knows certain things, and I don't know all the time if you know certain things. So I'm like, I can't use that because I'm gonna put Joshua.
That goes for everybody, though, I think. Because there's trivia I want to do that I think Joshua's a little stronger in. There's trivia that I want to do that you're stronger in. So I can't really.
Sometimes you're just gonna
balance
have to
it.
go with it.
For me, it's always I mean, I only get to do trivia for you too. So for me, it's always, well, Garrett's probably going to know more about this.
Dungeons and Dragons trivia.
I
would lose that one.
I don't think you would. He's never played Dungeons and Dragons.
I might win.
I think you easily win. All right. Well, let's move on from here. All right. Final segment. Is it worth buying games on day one, on launch day, on numero uno? Many games now, pretty much every game
On
has
G Day?
OG day. There we go. Right after beta day, whatever you want to call it. But most games now have some form of DLC of expansion packs, additional content that will release in some way or form. And most games in the next 6 to 8 months after release, maybe sometimes a little bit longer, will release a compilation disc, a game of the year edition, whatever you want to insert certain name here. They'll have some grandiose edition that includes, if not all, a lot of that content that day one purchasers had to spend additional money and funds on.
Yeah, arcade edition.
Yeah, exactly. For usually the same price. You know, you can buy the game day one for 60, spend $50 of DLC, or wait 6 to 8 months and buy that same game for 60 and include everything for the game. What's the better choice here?
I think it really depends on the gamer. There's a certain aspect to getting things in the beginning. It really depends on the gamer. There's a certain aspect, especially with social media, to getting something around the beginning of a game. There's memes, there's jokes, there's just online conversations. You can't get that with the definitive edition, later on down the road.
Okay.
I think you miss out on a lot of just kind of topical, just topics.
Okay, fair enough.
I like that point.
Topical topics.
For me, it comes down to two things. If you're going to get a day one copy, it's because you really want to play that game. And that's like the next big thing. Like for you guys, it's like Monster Hunter is the next thing. For me, it's Dragon Ball, right? I don't want to wait 8 months to play Dragon Ball. I want to play it now. The second thing is relevance in the game. A lot of times that's going to revolve around multiplayer or certain games that have an online type of community, like the Soul series, where you have a dedicated system that kind of hinders on online co-op or the whole, in the Souls games, laying down like, clues or hints or trolling stuff. A lot of that is great or greater.
Great chest ahead.
Right. It's better in the first few months of the game's release versus a year down the line. And I think if you play those games earlier on, you get a little bit more out of it compared to later on where not as many people are playing the game anymore.
I think it's a very multi-layered thing. I mean, I think the first distinction for me right off the bat is multiplayer or single player. That's going to dictate a lot of it. You know, if it's a multiplayer game, then you kind of got to hop on right away. You know, like you said, Garrett, the hype of it, that changes a lot. And if there's 100,000 people playing day one compared to 6 months later when there's 20,000 and the game has moved on or maybe the meta has changed significantly, you're going to be behind and you're not going to get the same experience. For a single player game, I think that's less so. I mean, yes, the social aspect might have diminished, but the game is just you. So, you know, maybe it doesn't affect you as much. But then there's other things. There are other factors. And I want to pull from my personal, you know, I guess perspective is with Fallout 3. So Fallout 3 and Fallout 4, both of them, just Fallout in general. I love those games a lot. And it would probably have been better for me to wait for those Game of the Year compilation discs when all the DLC is amassed in one. But when I can think back to playing Fallout 3 or Fallout 4, beating the game, and then a new expansion comes out and running through that content, and then the next one, I really enjoyed it and anticipated waiting for that new stuff. And there's other games that I've played where I did get like the compilation packs and, you know, one whole big box thing. And there was no distinction for me between DLC content and regular game. So I never knew like vanilla, whatever. It was just big giant smorgasbord of stuff. And I didn't appreciate it in the same way I would have had it been, you know, meted out piece by piece.
Yeah. And that comes in the same line with patches, right? Cause, you know, 8 months, a year and a half, patches will be added. Well, that'll either, most of the time it's to fix like bugs or game breaking glitches. But part of the fun is seeing those like early on where like you have like a character that clips into a wall and you're just, like they're running at you, but they can't hit you.
I don't want those things.
they're fun. They're fun to see. And they're fun. Like the whole Mass Effect Andromeda thing where, you know, character animations, they're walking all funny and
gotta go real fast.
like that stuff is like funny when it happens. It sucks if it hinders the gameplay, but sometimes there's those like laugh out loud moments. You're like, they need to fix that.
when the customer becomes a game tester.
Yeah, right.
Right. That's pretty much what's happening.
Spend money
nowadays
to fix your problem.
The other thing I think about is what is more important to you? Is it more important to get the best value overall? Not that I'm definitely in the penny pinching, you know, aspect of this for a lot of things, but do you want to pinch those pennies and save every dollar for your gaming, or do you want to enjoy your game?
Is the value in your experience or in your wallet?
Yeah, like, do you go, okay, well, I only spent $30 on this compared to everyone else who spent 60 and had the same fun. So I therefore am validating my fun is better fun because I spent less money on it. Or are you just having fun? And of course, there's a limit, right? Like, I'm not going to spend $200, but like, I mean, what's $30 compared to $30? Like, or $60? It's just $30. And then the time investment, right? So like, potentially a game comes out. We're all going to be picking up Monster Hunter World day one next week. I don't think that's going to,
whether we want to or not.
Yes, but I think we all probably would have. At least I know Garrett and I would have. Joshua, I think you would have too.
No, I would not have.
No, he wouldn't.
Well,
that's why I
only
said
Dragon Ball.
Whether you want to or not.
Well, either way, Dragon Ball's for you. But we'd pick it up day one. Now, sure, 6 months from now, 9 months during Black Friday, you can probably pick up both those games for $29.99 or maybe lower. But like, that's a lot of days. That's like 180 or more days of not playing that game. Like, that's less than $1 a day that you force yourself to not play. So was $1 a day worth not playing this game? Was it really that important to wait for $1 a day?
In this particular instance, this example that we're using, I feel waiting is bad for both games. A Dragon Ball fighting game, you're going to be so behind the curve. You know, you're going to be picking up the game when everyone else has damn near mastered it. For Master Hunter, for Monster Hunter, that is multiplayer, but there's also a story to it. And when you choose not to play a game for a while, you lose out on, or you might even get spoiled, you know, with the way social media is and everything, and, you know, people talking about it.
Yeah.
You'll lose out on that aspect and that value as well. So for me, waiting that long, I couldn't do it. Not for me.
Okay. Fair enough. You know, the spoil thing we'll touch on just briefly, but that's another aspect to waiting. You know, having that content spoiled ahead of time, reading about game guides, and honestly, being a part of your your social pop culture, like community is a big deal for a lot of people. So you are missing out on all of that content, all that intangible stuff as well. You're just not going to be a part of all the memes, all the in jokes, all the new things are going to be part of your community's culture.
Yeah. Exactly.
For certain. Not that you could do everything, but like the things that you were interested in, now you're looking at someone's memes and you have no clue. When honestly, you probably would like to know what's going on.
Yeah. You don't get to experience that.
Yeah.
And it's not even always like revolved around games, just stuff that happened. Like, the whole, do you know the way? Like, that whole thing is revolved around a ugly looking knuckle skin for a random like online community game, but that turned into this really big thing. But because it's like a Knuckles thing, like we're all like, oh, like we know and understand that because it's a character that's a long time. But stuff to the point that's relevant now, you got to know it now. You can't like miss it a year from now because the meme train is going to be gone.
Yeah.
We know the way.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's something else to consider. The last thing I got on this is you're going to spend that money somewhere. I mean, just hear me out on this. You're going to do that as an American. I mean, most of our listeners, I can see who listens. Kind of. We do have some people listening in like England and like other places, which is really cool. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
But most of our listenership, and I'd imagine, and who are people who are going to be interested in this podcast, are in the United States. If it's proven that we are a culture that is fixated, in most first world countries are, in creating entertainment for ourselves. Netflix or movies or video games or basketball games or, you know, going to arcades or whatever you do. You are going to find a way to occupy your time and probably your dollars in some kind of way. So you got to look. Is it better for me to spend this $60 on this game or go eat out, you know, on Saturday night? You know, you're spending money for one event, or you could have this game for 8 months. And it's not always going to be that way. You might not always choose a game, but my point is that you're going to find a way to spend that money most of the time. So if your goal is to just save money, well, there are maybe some better ways to do that besides pinching $30 every game you play.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Trade in your old game.
Yeah. This has all been an advertisement for GameStop. All right, guys. Well, that's what we got on buying games on day one. Let us know your opinions. Is it good? Is it bad? We've given some ideas and thoughts on both sides. One more thing from Joshua.
Yeah, you didn't ask final thoughts. There's always it's gonna be my new gamer tag. One more thing. Do you guys think what developers are doing now? Do you think it's worth all this like pre-order day one content?
No, it's worthless.
Like why do they add it besides pre-order it now type of thing?
That is debatable, I think.
well, sorry, real quick. Well, because one thing I'm seeing now is pre-order it and you get this day one edition, but then you walk into a retail store and it's all the day one edition is still there, regardless if you pre-ordered it or not.
True. The developers don't know how much it's going to sell, but putting out pre-order bonuses, people interested in it, guarantees you their money right then and there. We've talked about pre-order and the money that is used. It could be used to, you know, develop the game further, make things better, fix things, bring more DLC, getting that money earlier. Also, if you're interested in the game and you're going to get it anyway, get the extra stuff. Like if you know you're going to get Monster Hunter, get the Monster Hunter Day 1 edition or whatever, and you're going to get that extra armor set or that extra crafting material or something, you know?
Yeah.
To help you enjoy the game more.
Yeah, we're almost out of time, so I'll make my point brief, then I will give you your final thought, Joshua. Most of that stuff just doesn't matter after like a couple of days of gameplay, unless it's a skin you like. If it's like weapons or swords or vehicles, by a few levels, those things are now just garbage items you might just trade away. So that's why I mean it won't matter. But yes, I do agree, Garrett, that it is a big incentive for some people to pick that stuff up. So
yeah, I agree with both of you. I think day one content that has non-essentials, like if you're playing a game, it's just like, okay, here's 3 packs of food to heal you. Like you get that in the game anyway. Just, I don't need extra health items at the beginning of the game. For me, at least. Maybe you, Garrett, because, you know, you don't like hard games. But
I don't like hard games. No, I won't need them because I'll be playing on easy.
That's true. All right, guys. Well, that's what we got on game buying day one. Let us know your thoughts. Contact at scspodcast.net. All right, guys, it's time for the speed run. So every week, we'll break down 10 news stories and fun facts that just didn't quite make the list for a full segment. We give ourselves 1 minute per topic before we move on to the next one. Finished or not. Gotta go fast.
we do it for the queen.
In the speed run.
My man. My brother.
GameStop reveals a God of War Collector's Edition. This will retail for $149.99.
I mean, the statue looks cool, but I'll pass.
Haven't seen it, haven't heard about it. So no, Jay Leno, I haven't seen this. I haven't heard about this. I don't know. I'm a sucker for collector's editions when it comes to DLC specifically, like extra weapons, skins, whatever. Statues are cool too. I don't care about really art books. I don't care for steel cases or any of that stuff, but this could be cool. I don't know what it comes with.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting. I just don't care about God of War the same way that I used to. His ship's kind of past, in my opinion.
That's why he's in a new setting. Kind of breathe some new life into Kratos.
I mean, we'll see if it's going to be that different.
As he casts himself from Mount Olympus.
You love that line.
It's funny.
I mean, it's a cool statue, but I don't justify $150 to spend on Kratos and Atreus.
I mean, I think honestly that collector's editions with the statue is actually a great value. Like, that statue is a good looking statue.
Next. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, surpasses $700 million worldwide.
It is not pronounced Jumanji.
Didn't I say Jumanji?
It's not Jumanji.
It's Jumanji.
Jumanji?
It should be an
Jumanji.
for you. It's Jumanji.
Nah, it's fine.
It's Jumanji.
This
Jumanji.
is crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
This is a lot of money.
I didn't think it'd be this big.
Granted that we always talk about that, inflation, and all that. But
Johnny always talks about
for this
inflation.
movie to make almost, the $1 billion mark, that's pretty intense.
Well, inflation does matter, but when you look at it compared to movies this year, it's right up there with Star Wars.
It made that much?
Yeah, it made
700 million, and in much less time. Wonder Woman, Logan, it's up there with all those movies. Did you really think a movie with Kevin Hart and The Rock should? No.
Nope, no, I didn't.
I expected it to be, popular, yes, and be like #1 in the box office for maybe a week or two, but not like this much.
The Rock. By the way, this is his second highest grossing film of all time.
Wow.
Of course, Kevin Hart, this is his highest.
Is his first one of the Fast and Furious
It's
movies?
Fast 7.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
Wow.
this did better than Fast 8.
Jeez.
Right?
Thanks, Jumanji.
Yeah.
This is like their
Stop calling it that.
This is like their third movie they've worked together on, I think.
Central Intelligence,
Yeah.
this one, what else?
That cop movie.
That's Central Intelligence.
Next.
James Gunn reveals that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will release in 2020.
See, Johnny doesn't want to know that. Johnny wants to be surprised.
Shut up,
Johnny
dude.
just wants it to come out and...
So is this a leak?
Hold
Is
on.
it a rumor? Is it
You're-
a spoiler?
First of all, that's not something I care about. Leaks and you don't watch trailers either, so get out of
No,
here.
this has nothing to do with trailers. But normally you don't like to know things about the movies. You just want it to be a surprise.
Oh no, okay.
So I'm taking it to an extensive-
extremely far-
yes, on purpose.
I mean, at
Yeah.
some point you're gonna know the release date. You're gonna see a trailer on TV.
Yeah.
Comes out in this month, this day.
Garish is being mean.
said-
It's too far out for me to even consider. Like maybe back in the day when we would get just one movie, this is the only superhero movie that we have coming. There's like 13 coming in between this time span.
and one of them's from DC.
Which one would that be?
Aquaman.
Yeah, it's the only
That's
one
all
we
he's-
know for sure.
That's it. Everyone else is losing writers and directors.
Yeah. So yeah, this doesn't mean this is like non-news to me. It literally is nothing.
I mean, we know we're gonna get a new Marvel movie every 3 to 5 months.
I'm gonna see these guys in the next 2 Avengers films. So
Next.
Sony announces a Monster Hunter World PS4 Pro bundle, and it's coming to the West. We don't normally get PS4 collector's editions like Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy.
Nope.
They just don't come here.
I don't know. I would argue that Nintendo tends to do that with their DSs pretty often.
Well, Sony consoles we don't get it as much.
Sony consoles, not as much.
There is a lot of collector's edition systems that
Yeah.
Japan gets.
And
A ton.
even Nintendo, man, for as many as we get, there's 2 or 3 times as many consoles we don't get from Nintendo that are in Japan only.
No, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. But, going off and saying that we normally don't get collector's editions.
Well, I meant from Sony.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Sony just does. They don't give us a lot of consoles.
Let's see. There was a Star Wars one.
I mean, there are
was
some.
Destiny.
Are you really going to list them?
That's all I can list, really.
There's Sony-
Oh, the Batman one? I have the Batman
There's
one.
Fantasy.
there's Batman, Final Fantasy. There's 2 Star Wars ones. There's a Call of Duty one. There
Yeah.
is 2 different Destiny ones. God of War is going to get one, from what I understand.
so?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Makes sense. Last of Us? No, Last of Us just came packaged with that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more, but
Okay.
I don't know them all.
All right. Well, Monster Hunter. That's cool if you're into Monster Hunter. And
It's
you
got
need
a cool
PS4
red,
Pro.
It's got a cool red controller.
I did see that. It does look cool.
I think I'm more of a collector of controllers. Also, I can't.
Next.
Can't either.
Earthbound fans are releasing a book chronicling the years of waiting for a Western release of Mother 3, titled Come On Nintendo. give us Mother 3.
What do these fans have to do to get a game? Like, are they going to start committing suicide? Like, what do they have to do?
They tried to do it themselves. They tried just translating the Japanese version of Mother 3, and Nintendo put a stop to that.
Yeah, here's a cease and desist because we don't want you to release this game with a translation.
I don't know what it's about. Like, is it supposed to be a Japan exclusive, like forever and all time?
This is funny to me because they want to release a book about waiting for a game that we want so much.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna sell that much.
Probably it's more of a fan read.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's just funny that we're gonna create something about the agony and the disdain we have for you over the last 15 years.
This just in.
Longer.
Kingdom Hearts fans are doing the same.
Yep. Does Microsoft have one? Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is one that Sony.
They hardly have exclusives.
And they make them every year.
I don't know.
And it's not like one we've been waiting here. Oh, what? We're waiting for, I don't know, Fable?
Next.
Rumors are spreading that Suicide Squad 2 will be Ben Affleck's final appearance as the Batman.
That's sad, honestly. I honestly think that he is one of the better Batmans, and it just sucks that it just sucks that he got stuck in a grouping in years where there were just not great decisions for the writing and for the direction of this universe.
Yeah, I've become numb to it. You know, it's DC news to me, so it's expected.
I mean, yeah, it is gonna stink because I really like him as Batman / Bruce Wayne. But what this tells me is, are we gonna see Batman as as a role, or is it gonna be he's this guest appearance at the very end in the credit scene?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest, but probably very little of that movie will feature him in it.
It's sounding like Jake Gyllenhaal is going to be the next one.
Ugh.
I don't know how I feel about that. I appreciated the fact that Ben Affleck made himself a big dude. Like, he wasn't this skinny, frail guy. He got big. He got ripped.
Yeah.
And can Gyllenhaal do this? Like, he's always been that guy that's kind of a little skinnier.
Well,
ladies like him.
He was in that boxing movie.
Did you watch it? Southpaw?
Yeah,
He's a skinny guy. He was actually pretty ripped, though. I'll give him that.
In that movie, yeah. I mean, he's got a small build compared to Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he's a little bit younger as well, so I feel that he could, do a lot of the stunts maybe a little bit better and kind of have that.
Next.
More rumors. Forza Horizon developer Playground Games is rumored to be working on a new Fable game. So I would love to see Fable return to greatness.
I'm sure you will. I've never played Fable.
Shut up.
You're not missing much.
Shut up. Fable is a really good game.
It's okay. I mean, it's one of those games that you choose between good and bad, and
See, but it's not just that. I mean, yeah, there's the aspect of good and bad in your choices, kind of having decisions that change the game. But I mean, it was a fun fantasy game, and if you like Elder Scrolls, you would probably enjoy this game. It's a lighthearted take on that.
That's a stretch, I think.
I disagree.
But you've played more than I have, so you know.
I've never played the game. I've seen him.
You agree with Johnny with that? Have you played Elder Scrolls?
Yes, I have.
Okay, then.
I mean, okay. I feel like it's got the fantasy setting of kind of like Elder Scrolls 4 or something like that a little bit, but it's kind of made more like a Legend of Zelda type game. Like, it's that kind of action adventure type game.
Don't try to tantalize.
It's a single player MMO, man.
That's called patronizing, and I'm not patronizing him.
No. I'm saying tantalize, trying to get him to you should play
I'm
Fable.
not trying to
it's kind of like Zelda.
That's not
you should play Fable.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
It's not Zelda. No.
No, I
know that.
agree. Next. Warner Brothers Interactive is releasing a new Scribblenauts party game titled Scribblenauts Showdown, coming to Xbox One, PS4, Switch, and Switch on March 6th. Wow, March 64th.
So we're never going to get this game. It's April Fool's type thing. This is cool because I think Scribblenauts is a great game for children and adults too, but
what more can you really do? So Scribblenauts is you solve puzzles and equations, or you solve puzzles by just typing in, creating something. Typing in the word T-Rex right. Pops up and, I don't know, maybe scare some zombies or something. How many times can you expand on that?
I mean, that's unfair because when you generalize it like that and boil it down, any game sounds that way. But they can add a lot more words, a lot more interaction between the things that you can make, more things you can make on screen at the same time, and then the scenarios. There's a million scenarios you can think of. Any scenario you want. Get out of this box, open this box, smash this bug, pick up the TV, mount the TV, whatever you want. Like any scenario that you want to have the character do in game, create items for the game and then have them interact some way.
I can guarantee you that all of those examples you just used are in a previous Scribblenauts game.
I don't think so.
But this is a party game, though.
Is it?
This is a party game.
It does say party game.
Huh.
This is a party game. So there's different. There's different modes.
Next.
Glad I got that. According to some posts and images on Reddit, Microsoft is working on a new iteration of the Xbox Elite controller. This will have some improvements such as built-in rechargeable battery, Bluetooth, and Type-C charging. This is a rumors podcast, man.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
No, this one's from Reddit. It's a leak.
We made that distinction.
Okay. My bad.
You know what? I like Microsoft, but screw you guys for this. Just make your regular controllers have built-in rechargeable batteries. And yes, I've heard the arguments before that, well, lithium-ion batteries, they don't last as long after 2 years and they're going to have the degradation. I don't care. I don't want to have to buy batteries. Stop doing that to us.
Johnny likes buying controllers.
Well, you won't have to buy batteries if you get this new Xbox Elite controller for $200.
Exactly. And come on, when's the last... for your PS4, how many times have you had to buy a whole new controller because it just stopped charging?
Not yet.
Never. It's been out for like 4.5 years.
I thought my PS4 controller broke like last week, and I just had to update my PS4, and then it started charging.
There you go.
It was weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Yeah, but there's no problem with the lithium ion. Stop doing this to us.
I got nothing for this. I didn't buy the original Elite controller. I probably won't buy this one.
I own an Elite controller. I love it. I don't want to use anything else. It is the best controller for Xbox One. But just make your regular controllers have lithium ion batteries. That's it.
It would be nice.
Next.
The voice actors for Goku and Vegeta will be challenging each other to an exhibition match in Dragon Ball FighterZ on January 25th at the Esports Arena in Santa Ana, California. This will be live streamed on Twitch for the world to see.
This is awesome. I'm excited for this.
This is actually like a real world competition kind of thing.
It kind of is. Yes, Vegeta versus Goku and 2 other people. Well, I guess 4 other people.
It would be cool if they had like all of them do this and they all played their characters.
That would be when they switch out. All right, I don't know any other voice actors though. So
yeah, but no, just have them. Just have them all. Like all the American voice actors. Just you're all going to play in this tournament. You all have to play your character. Good luck.
And when you talk while you're playing, you have to talk in your character's voice.
That would be so awesome.
Just across the Crackerot.
So I'm going to this, actually. This is going to be a lot of fun. And shout out to Scarlett, who I think will be there hosting it.
Yeah, she'll be there.
So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing this. Hopefully being able to meet the voice actors and see some awesome fighting.
Yeah, I can't go. I have to work. But I'm hoping they like give away like posters, or they just like talk to the fans, and it's not just, hey, we're here, we're going to play the game, and now we're done.
Yeah.
They'll make a spectacle of it. They're not going to just have them be there.
I love how it started with Christopher Sabat challenging Steve Schmell, Goku's voice actor, and him answering back in the video. It's hilarious, and I'm looking forward to this.
That's really
it's gonna be
cool.
a good fight.
Yeah, it is. Just waiting for the
end.
All right, guys. Well, that is our speed run for this week. Hopefully, you enjoyed the quick topics that we had for you. Give us some quick topics next week. Hit us up on Twitter, and we'll use them in next week's speed run. All right, guys. It's time for our final game. Name the game. 3 games. 2 hosts, clues that lead to the one correct answer. Use wits, match the clues, and name the game. All right. So I went down last week. It was a really good name the game. I'll give you that, Garrett.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I can do that.
Who's got
Don't expect it again.
Homework?
Yeah, we'll see.
Who's got all the homework?
See, but you try to make this a thing. I don't care. Like, I think you're getting me with this one. It's fine. Except I don't like losing, but the homework portion I don't care about. All right. First game. Reload.
House of the Dead.
No.
Area 51.
That's correct.
It was gonna be any of those games. That Time Crisis, Aliens.
Correct for you, Garrett. Yeah, but for him to pull that one out of all the other ones he could have chosen.
The hardest part, I knew the game, I couldn't remember the name. I was like, Aliens? No.
Very good. So PS1 game there. All right, that's 1 for Garrett. That's 0 for Joshua. Next game: skateboards and rollerblades and bikes. Oh my!
X Games?
No.
I don't know. Skate or Die.
No. Oh, and snowboarding.
Winter X Games?
No.
Rollerblades?
Is that your guess?
No. It's like I don't know. SSX Tricky?
No. A racing game with an X Games twist.
Racer X Games?
No.
Winter Sports.
No. A PlayStation 1 staple.
Cool Borders?
No.
Like, no offense, Garrett, but this is a Garrett question. I don't know. Snowboarding museum.
No. After 1, there was 2 and 3, but 2 is the game that did the best.
Cool Borders 2?
No. Yeah, you guys aren't going to get this one. I think I should tell you, there's no way you're going to get it now. If you didn't get it, you weren't going to get it. The answer is Too Extreme.
Would not.
Never.
Too Extreme.
Never.
So
the first one that no one knows what it is.
So that is incorrect for both of them there. Sorry about that, guys. Finally did a Garrett. Pulled the Garrett there. All right. Game number 3, with Joshua still up by 1.
Garrett's still up by 1.
Garrett up by 1. My apologies. This game's collector's edition box was not allowed to be placed on shelves in most U.S. stores.
Catherine.
No, but good guess.
Ooh, yeah. What is the name of that game? What is the name of that game?
I have a second answer.
Pass if you have to.
This is going to kill me. Pass.
An action-based RPG that released in 2009.
Record of Arduous War.
No.
Damn it.
That was the one I was thinking of. Thank you for taking that from me.
Yeah, for those that don't know, it had a booby mouse pad.
Okay. Let's see. Couldn't be placed on store shelves. Second clue was... I missed it because Joshua was doing a thing. Can we repeat it?
An action-based RPG that released in 2009.
Magna Carta?
That's correct.
Really?
Yeah, Magna Carta's collector's edition box and Magna Carta 2 was not allowed to be placed on most store shelves.
Why?
It showed pictures of scantily clad ladies doing things such as eating bananas in very provocative ways and dripping things onto their chest.
Magna Carta did?
Yes.
I've never seen the collectors. I'm okay.
Feel free.
He's doing research.
I'm not going to give you this. We're done.
No, I'm saying you can give your shout outs and accolades, but I've never seen this.
There's no. Oh, well, there are some shout outs, I suppose. So, Garrett, you won 2-0. So,
not all the homework.
Good job for you.
Does this count as a skunk?
I think no.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
You got one wrong.
Yeah, you didn't get 3.
Yes, I have 0, but it wasn't like a clean sweep.
Okay, all right.
So, good
like
job
a
there.
steamroll.
All right. Well, Garrett, you won 1, you lost 1. Joshua, you won 1, you lost 1. So you guys walked out pretty good today. All right. Let's continue. All right. It's time for listener mail.
Yeah.
You mail us, we send it to you. We'll read it for you.
Literally, you need to send it to us.
All right. So, listener question number 1 is from Chester. So Chester says, Red Dead Redemption 2 is my pick for game of the year. Killing Indians, killing cowboys, saving damsels in distress, robbing trains. All that good stuff equals game of the year.
All right, Chester, which one are you? Are you saving damsels or are you robbing trains?
Right. They don't really go together. You might be putting them on the trains and killing Indians and cowboys, but you're not doing both.
Yeah, you gotta pick a side here, man.
Yeah. Then this game, I think definitively is going to be you as an evil person. Like nothing that we see in that trailer shows that your hero is a hero. He is a bad person.
Could be an anti-hero.
He looked and sounded pretty just anti.
Okay.
I mean, no hero. I mean, I didn't see any hero in that man. So
We'll find out on the next trailer.
yeah, I'm sure we will. All right. So what are our picks for
Most anticipated game? Let's see.
Out of what we know, I think it's going to be Spider-Man.
Okay, Spider-Man.
Unless Last of Us 2 comes out this year, which I highly doubt that. I think Spider-Man's going to surprise a lot of people. We haven't had a core Spider-Man game in several years, but also Insomniac's doing it. They have a pretty great background of making games. What's the last big game? Was it Sunset Overdrive? Was that their last big title?
I believe that was their last big title.
Great game. So underrated.
I think it'll surprise a lot of people and do extremely well with audiences across I guess here in the U.S.
Yeah, there's no way Red Dead loses. I mean, with Rockstar's just track record, they're nigh unbeatable. They have a game that's like 9 years old, still cracking the top 10 list. You guys know how to make open world games with no Mario, with no Zelda in their way. They will win this.
Both great choices. I don't know if I have one. Just thinking about there's games that I'm looking forward to. I don't know if they'll be, great sellers or anything, but I'm looking forward to, Monster Hunter is a big game, but I don't think it's going to sell blockbusters. There's Shadow of the Colossus. That's just a remaster though, but I'm looking forward to it. So there's a lot of games that I'm looking forward to, but I don't think are going to be crazy successful. So
what if Bayo 3 comes out this year?
Bayo 3 is not coming out this year.
But what if it does?
Maybe Bayo 3.
You don't, Gary.
I'm just giving you a title. So.
You're that guy that if you were a superhero and a villain had captured two of your friends or loved ones and said you have to choose one, I put them in a death trap. Choose one to live and one to die. You can only have time to save one. They would both just die because you're so damn indecisive.
It's the fair thing to do.
No, it's not. Save one life.
I don't want to pick one and then hurt the other one's feelings.
Wow.
So they'll just both die.
In a saw trap, they would both die.
You just never give an answer. It's annoying as heck.
I'm sorry, man.
No, you're not. You're not sorry.
I don't have one.
All right. That is our listener questions and answers for this week. Thank you, Chesty. Listener question for next week. Staring me in the face. So next week's listener question. If you had to wear one Super Mario costume for the rest of your life, which one would it be and why? So think of any suit, Tanuki suit, frog suit, something from Odyssey, whatever. Pick a suit. You have to wear that suit forever.
But it's specifically Mario, not the Mario universe.
Super Mario. If Mario himself has not worn it, then it does not count. Okay. Mario needs to have worn it. So, yep, pick that. You get all the powers, too, if it has some powers. Cappy does not count. You cannot have Cappy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay.
I know you wise guys. All right, guys. Well, that is our listener question for next week. Send us emails, contact@scspodcast.net, or hit us up on Twitter and hit us with your answers. All right, guys. Time for the in-game boss fight. So every week we'll talk about what's going on with us outside of the podcast and pick and defeat in-game bosses selected by our host that we must find and defeat this week and give ones for next week. What did I have? You should have it up there.
I do.
Okay.
I was letting Joshua have his time because normally he wants to do it. So I was letting Joshua have his thing. Johnny, you are stuck in a pinball machine. You can't escape and you must beat pinball, whatever that means.
So, I mean, pretty much, this is the perfect trap. There is no beating pinball. Oh, wait. There's one way. You can stall the game out. So it doesn't think you lost. It doesn't think you're playing still. It's just stalled out. It usually happens when like the old machines, new machines, it won't work. But old machines, you can like, jigger them and then it kind of breaks itself. That's the only way I can win.
The jiggering is called tilt, but
I know that.
You still lose it because the ball goes down.
No, because I'm in there. I can hold the ball.
Okay.
So, there's no winning pinball. There's no you win screen.
So I'm not going to win, but I'm not going to lose.
Exactly.
I'm hold this ball forever.
So that's how you beat the unbeatable trap. So there we go. Okay. Gaming wise for me last week, I kind of hopped into some old games and trying to finish playing Child of Light. It came out a couple years ago.
That.
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's a really fun game. It gets really hard. Like
it's challenging.
It is. Did you beat it?
No, I didn't finish it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to beat that. I'm just gonna start running through some of these smaller type games for a while. It's just too daunting with a kid and another one on the way now to just put in. I can't put in 60 hours in a game very easily, but I can maybe put in like 15 or 20, on a game. So I'm trying to do that. I'll blow through this. I'll blow through some arcade games. Just get myself kind of pumping that finishing a game muscle a little bit, as I prepare for Monster Hunter. But yeah, Child of Light is a really fun RPG. Very beautiful artwork. And I'm just enjoying kind of going back into that world and getting good at that gaming strategy again. All right. That is me.
Nice. All right, me. Do you remember mine?
Nope.
Okay, I'm in a staring contest with Master Chief.
Ooh, yeah.
Rubber band eye.
Oh, yeah.
Eye flicking.
And whoever... No. I'm in a staring contest with Master Chief, and we're just flicking rubber bands in our eyes.
You guys each have a rubber band held up to the person's eye. And you guys are flicking it at each other. Yeah. Just cracking them in the eye.
The first one that blinks dies or something?
The first one that gives up, essentially. That just won't take it anymore.
Okay, that part wasn't there. There's no dying in this.
Well, there we go. Well, no, you'll still die. But if you
Why will I die?
Well, because
I was not in the game boss
whoever
fight.
gives up first is one that gets devoured by a flood monster.
Oh, that's right.
You pretty much die.
Oh, I forgot that part.
So
no, I'll just become part of the flood.
Getting hit in the eye with a rubber band is worse than becoming a flood monster.
I'm doing it for the universe because if Master Chief becomes part of the flood, that's an unstoppable flood.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Everyone's scred.
Yep.
So you can thank me.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
statues of Garrett that looks like everybody.
So, all right, me gaming wise, still kind of in that rut looking forward to Monster Hunter, but don't want to jump into a big game. I found a game to play that was on sale. It was finally cheap enough for me to buy, called Far Cry Primal.
Nice.
I've been wanting to play this game for so long, but whenever it'd be on sale, it wouldn't be low enough for me. It'd be like, $20. I could do more. I could do something else with it. It went down to like $15.
Nice.
What a difference $5 will make.
Yeah.
But so I've been playing that. I'm actually enjoying it a lot. It's nice not having to worry about getting shot at. You know, there's spears being thrown at me, but you know, I don't have to worry about guns or whatever. Just it's a different setting. I can tame beasts to be my companions and come along with me.
So you're a ranger, essentially.
Essentially, yes, yeah. And so in my kind of like prehistoric mode, I went venturing out to kind of get more of it, and I saw that 10,000 BC was on Netflix. That is not a good movie.
Yeah, I was
10,000
like,
BC is not good.
why would you try that?
I saw a saber-toothed tiger on it. I'm like, oh, I fought one of those. Let me check this out.
Let me watch this hour and 45-minute movie.
Not a good movie.
Yeah.
So I made that mistake. I'm looking for more prehistoric films. I hear Quest for Fire is a good one. Would not know. So gonna try and pick up on that. Monster Hunter comes out this week. It'll be out on Friday. So looking forward to that.
Dang, Monster Hunter's out on Friday?
It is out on Friday.
That sucks. I thought it was a Tuesday game.
No, sir. It's a Friday one.
All right, then. Well, that sucks.
So that is pretty much me. Went to the SoCal Gaming Retro event. I don't want to go too much into it because that will take a while, but had a lot of fun. Saw some cool people. Met Matt from Super Best Friends.
Cool.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Can we get him as a guest on the show?
He's from Canada.
Well, he was here, but it's fine.
Yeah, and saw Felix. That was really cool. Checked out his store, Ageless Geeks. They got a lot of cool nerd stuff. So check it out next time you're at Frankensons.
Cool.
All right, Joshua.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
you probably need to know what it is.
Yeah, it's your turn.
You probably need to know. Okay. You have to, I don't care how you do it, but you have to burn Johnny's minion beanie.
Oh yeah, that's right. That ugly little thing. So I got this this blowtorch, right?
Like, I don't care what you got, man. Just get rid of it.
You know, unfortunately, Johnny had to take a nice burn into his face, and the minion beanie just kind of melted off of him.
Why couldn't you take the beanie off before burning my face?
There was no time.
You wouldn't take it off. Yes, exactly.
There was no time.
I think if you had a blowtorch in front of me, I would decide to sacrifice the beanie versus taking
I was so scared. I turned around. Ah!
It's ridiculous.
So my week was all right. I watched the second Maze Runner movie, Scorched Trials. It was
You are a
not
trooper.
good. Yeah, relationships.
Yeah, no, I get you.
I give that one a 5. It was not good at all.
Wasn't the first one better?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it just get like a 6.8 so that, because, movies and games should never get 5s. That's unfair to movies.
That's totally against what you were. Okay.
That's what you said. You guys didn't want to give games and movies less than like 6.8s and 7s.
It's because they don't all deserve
exactly
less than 6.8.
Exactly.
So
this movie probably did deserve a 5.
Yes. Well, you said you saw it, right? So
I saw it.
I want to see how it ends. I don't think the next movie is going to be any better, but we'll see. I started catching up on Legends of Tomorrow because I didn't watch any of that. So I'm catching up to that. And then after I catch up, then I can finally watch, Crisis on Earth X, because that's the 4-part episode. Yeah. And then I can watch the next one, which is the series mid finale for those shows.
3.5 part, but go ahead.
Yeah. I haven't really played any games. Played some, Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition. They've polished it up pretty nice. Tried Sakura out. She's a slower character, but
your face is a slower character.
Wow. Say anything about that.
I'm so glad. Next time I'm going to keep the blowtorch on. So it's getting really good reviews, which is great for a game that should have been like this day one.
Yeah.
They have Sakura in it now. Of course it was going to get good. And Ibuki.
I mean, 2 years later, I'm glad that it's getting positive reception. So I hope that continues.
That's a good thing.
Well, they gave us, 1/3 of a game. So who could rate it well the first time?
They gave us 1/4, but we're not. It's not here nor there.
They gave us 25%, John.
So, I'm looking forward to Dragon Ball Fighters, coming out later. I'm also going to
on Friday.
Yes. I'm also going to the SoCal Retro Expo today.
Nice.
So I actually brought a whole bunch of old games that I just want to either sell or trade off to get some other collectibles. So, we'll see. So, all right. Boss fights.
Cool. So, Garrett, you have the unenviable task of, alphabetizing every pop figure in existence in alphabetical order. You're at Funko's Pop, lab or their warehouse, and the only way to open the doors is you got to get them all perfectly aligned in order, including all the retro colors and stuff. So if there's colors Batman blue, green, yellow, orange, you got to put Batman blue, black, blue, orange, like that.
Okay.
So that's your job.
So even the colors are alphabetical.
Yep.
Makes
everything.
sense. Okay.
Everything.
All right. Fine. Thanks. Joshua.
I have an app for that already, but it's not mine. So.
It is not. Don't worry about it. All right, this is my fight. Joshua.
Also, you don't have any food or water, so you've got to get this done before you die. That's essentially what this is.
Wow.
Okay.
And then the door magically opens once they're all like in order.
All right. Notice how all mine have to revolve around death if I don't do it.
Hey,
that's what a boss fight is.
It's not. It's not. I could just lose a puzzle. Someone else could die because I wasn't fast enough.
Most boss fights, you die if you can't win.
I mean, kind of.
You are dead.
Respawn. Joshua, you're a boss fight. I got nothing.
He has to fight Froppy. This is going to force him to learn who Froppy is.
Yeah. Your boss fight should just be watch damn episode of Black Mirror.
That would be good.
I'm in the Black Mirror.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right, Joshua, you're in the position of power. All right.
Yep.
Someone has emailed you because they have kidnapped the president's daughter. Not this president, because I don't care, but a good president's daughter.
Okay.
You have been given the task to save this person.
Okay.
It's only one way to do it. Gotta have sex with a pig.
What?
Yep. Gotta have sex with a pig, man. That's the only way to save her.
Wow.
As soon as I heard the president's daughter thing, I knew where you were going, and I'm like, oh gosh.
It's the only way.
Keeping in mind that if you don't save her, because she's going to die from this terrorist.
No. You're not in this? You're not in this?
Finish it then, because I just want to make sure he has the context.
I forget what happens. So, Johnny, I'm allowing you to finish this one.
Ha! Damn it. If you don't save her, the country will hate you.
Yeah. She's very beloved. Not the current one, but the one we're talking about in this example.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Sorry, man. I couldn't think of anything, so I just
ripped an episode of Black Mirror.
I just ripped an episode of Black Mirror.
Hey, watch the episode, see how he figures it out.
Exactly.
Right. That's a real thing? Yes, I
yes,
put a pig in the episode?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's what was told to him, and then you should see some advice on what he does.
You should see the episode.
Okay, this is a really bad turn for the worse. Okay, Johnny, have you ever seen the TV show Sliders?
Yes, love that show.
Classic, right? Found it. So you are trapped in an alternate dimension, and you are jumping through wormholes in search of the way home.
Cool.
Now, I'm hoping that you don't run into a scenario where, you think you make it home, but the gate got fixed. So you're like, oh, this is not the way home. If you get the reference.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yep. Sliders.
All right. So gotta get home as I'm traveling through dimensions. All right, cool. Well, that is our show for this week, guys. We appreciate you listening. Hope you had fun. We always do. Before we get out of here, guys, we're going to ask you to help us out if you have a chance. And there's a couple ways you can do that. First and foremost, guys, give us a review. Hit us up on iTunes or wherever you're listening to this podcast and leave a review, some stars or some thumbs up or whatever it is. And we would love to get that review from you guys to help our show. Helps people find us, knows that we have a great podcast or not, but, give us your honest opinion. Also subscribe. Clicking that subscription button, make sure that you get every episode when we review movies, when we have special editions on games or whatever it is. That way you never miss an episode. And again, it helps us rank higher on iTunes. So if you're already listening, click that button. We'd really appreciate it. Last couple of ways, guys. Tell your friends, tell your fam, anyone you know. Tell your dentist. I don't care. If you think they'd like our show, if they dig what we're talking about, let them know. And last, patreon.com, guys. Become a patron of the show for, $1 or $2 a month. That helps us several different ways. Helps us with equipment, helps us with our server costs, helps us with our the cost for our email, because that actually does cost to have that contact@scspodcast.net email. All those little things, guys, adds up, and it would just be a way for us to continue to do bigger and better things for our show, do more things, see more things, talk about more things, have additional podcasts. So if any way you can help, guys, we'd appreciate it. But as always, thank you for just simply listening. If you want to talk to us, reach out to us by email, contact@scspodcast.net, or on Twitter. Talk with us as a group at Super Co-op Squad. You can also chat with us all individually. You can find me at JohnnyMac24.
You can find me at GJL3275.
And I'm one more thing at Joshua_4_life.
All right, guys. Well, as always, enjoy your week, and we will see you next week. I'm Johnny Mac.
I'm Garrett.
I'm Joshua.